Call to order the Village of Westmont Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for Wednesday, March 10th, 2010. We have a roll call.
Commissioner Thomas?
Here.
Commissioner Fidesco?
Here.
Commissioner Pill? Commissioner Fleet?
Here.
Commissioner Anton?
Here.
Chairman Richard? And Commissioner Van Buren is here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Will everybody please stand up and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For all of those who are going to give testimony tonight, would you please remain standing and raise your right hand? I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Okay. Thank you. If anybody has any electronic devices like telephones, please turn those off. I think I have to do that too. Okay. All righty. First order of business is the approval of the February 10th Planning and Zoning meeting minutes.
I move that the minutes be approved as, adopted as printed.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Van Buren votes yes. Chairman Fidesco?
Yes.
Commissioner Fleet?
Yes.
Commissioner Anton?
Yes. Okay. Just want to make a comment. We need to approve the minutes from January. We didn't receive those at the last meeting, so staff is made aware of that.
We'll have those for you at the April meeting.
Okay. First order of business in new business is the planning and zoning item PZ 10-008. Frank Lambert of South Water Signs and Bob Stamen of U.S. Equities regarding First Midwest Bank located at 520 North Cass Avenue, Westmont, Illinois, for the following. Zoning code variance request to increase the number of signs from 1 to 2. Would the presenter please go to the podium and sign in, state your name, and then present your case.
Frank Lambert, Southwater Signs, project manager. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Basically, the bank is just trying to maximize your square footage. Right now, per your ordinance, you have one type of sign that's allowed, whether it's freestanding or it's a wall sign. And we had proof or hardship that there's other restaurants or other businesses within that area that actually have two or even more. So right now, they just want to identify their business. And with the proposed sign, they're still within a compliance with the current zoning ordinance.
Could you please describe the new sign and people at home? Do you have some materials that you can show? I mean, projector's right there if you want to lay it down, and it'll automatically come on.
You want a photo? You want like a drawing of the sign?
Yeah, or you can take the photo that we have as part of our packet. Just want the people at home to see what we've seen.
We're on television.
The other
Side,
side.
just turn it up.
Oh.
And it'll focus on its own and everything. Just leave it right there.
That good?
Okay.
Kind of like they're called FCOs. They're flat cutout letters, not illuminated. It's not so. Their logo and their letters with their font. Nothing extravagant or too large in size. And it kind of fits with the building's architecture as well. So, nothing flashy.
Okay. We have any
Public?
any public comment on this this presentation? Public comment is closed. Okay, can we poll the board as far as any questions, concerns? Start with Commissioner Thomas.
Right now, you have a banner up, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything underneath the banner, the old logo or the old?
Yeah.
I'm Bob Stamen with US Equities. I'll sign it. First DuPage Bank did have a sign, and from what I understand, it wasn't put up legally, but it said First DuPage Bank, flat cutout letters, same style. It was stacked, though. It wasn't straight across.
Is it under the banner now?
Correct, yes.
So it's chiseled in or whatever?
Yeah, it's pin mounted, so there's holes in the,
So basically, you're looking to get what the previous owner had,
correct,
signage-wise,
correct.
even though that possibly was illegal?
Yes, and obviously, we didn't know at the time till we came in to pull permits to switch the signs out.
That's all I got.
Mr. Anton?
No comment, looks okay to me.
Commissioner Fleet?
Yeah, no comments here.
I feel like you've done your homework. You've demonstrated that you're not asking for anything more than what some of the people around you have, and I really have no problem with your request.
Originally, okay, thank you. Originally, I had a concern because I thought that maybe you were adding a sign. I was, I rarely looked at the bank. I mean, I know that there was something along Cass Avenue, like a standard type sign that's in the parkway or
Yeah, the
very close
monument
to it.
sign?
Yeah, monument sign, yeah, that's it. But I never really looked at the building to notice the other sign, so I never really noticed it. I thought you were looking to add another sign since you made us aware of the fact that there is another sign under there, and whether they had it or not as far as legally, I mean, it's here nor there at this point. You came in and you're not really going to change the character, so I don't really have an objection at this point, so.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I guess next we need a reading of, Shannon, do you have the findings of fact?
Request for a variance to allow an increase in the number of signs from 1 to 2. Criteria number 1, the property in question cannot yield a reasonable return if permitted to be used only under the conditions allowed by the regulations in the district in which it's located. The applicant seeks to utilize a wall sign in addition to the existing ground sign for their business. The sign area of both signs is less than the total sign area permitted by code. This wall sign is necessary to appropriately identify and advertise this business, as applicant's bank building would otherwise have no identification on it. This request is similar to requests approved for other businesses within the village. Granting a variance to allow this additional sign will not allow the applicant to yield a reasonable return on its investment without any adverse consequences to surrounding property owners.
Okay. If you agree, all in favor, raise your hand. We have unanimous.
Criteria number 2, the plight of the owner is due to unique circumstances. Applicant is seeking to identify and advertise its business similar to other commercial businesses within the village.
If you agree, raise your hand. We all agree.
Criteria number 3, the variation, if granted, will not alter the essential character of the locality. The proposed wall sign, in addition to the existing ground sign, will not alter the essential character of the area. The total sign area is less than permitted by code, and the wall sign will not be illuminated. Allowing 2 identification signs will be consistent with other businesses in the area.
All those who agree, raise your hand. We're also unanimous in that finding of fact. We have a motion.
I would move that the zoning variance request for an increase from 1 to 2 signs be granted.
Second.
Roll.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Fleet,
Yes.
Commissioner Anton,
Yes.
Commissioner Van Buren votes yes, and Chairman Fidesco.
Yes. You have our recommendation. You'll go in front of the village board, and the staff will let you know when that will be.
Okay.
Okay?
you
It'll
very
be a Thursday evening, and then the final vote will be taken on a Monday following. Okay. Is there any other business for this evening's meeting?
I just would like to mention that our chairman, Ed Richard, who is currently in Florida, has had a little bout where he required surgery. He's on the mend, and hope we'll see him here next month.
Second that, we wish him a speedy recovery. With no additional business, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.